Hi, I'm Heidi from Rondos Creations, where we make and supply creations for you, your home and your friends. This is your how-to instruction video for your Macrame Yoga mat strap kit. Now I'm going to show you how to make your yoga mat strap using this kit available from Rondos Creations, or if you've got your own cords, you can follow along as well. Here's what's in your kit. Your how-to instruction card, cord in your selected colour, 2 wooden rings and a bead. Other things you'll need are some sharp scissors and a tape measure. To start with, we're going to measure and cut the lengths of cord we need. We need 2 lengths at 10 metres, that's 1, 2. We need 8 lengths at 24 centimetres and 2 lengths at 55 centimetres. I'm going to cut the last length here, which is 1 at 60 centimetres. Okay, that's all the lengths. Our first job is to attach cords to our ring using lark's head knots like these ones here. Now we've got all our cords ready, we need to find a convenient place to work, like a coat hook, a curtain rail or a doorknob. Now I've just used the last bit of cord that was spare and tied it around the ring just to make it a bit easier to work with. So once we've got our ring hanging in place, we need to take the first of our 10 metre lengths of cord and fold them in half. So we've got one end with a loop and the other 2 ends are like that. I'm going to take the loop and pass it through the ring and pull it down a bit, and then we're going to grab the 2 cords behind and pull them through that loop all the way. So it's quite a lot to pull through to begin with, all the way through, like so, and pull it down nice and tight, and that's the first of our lark's head knots there. And we're going to repeat that with the second 10 metre length as well. So again, pass the loop through the ring, pull it down a bit, and then pass the 2 middle cords through that loop. Again, pulling them all the way through. Pull it down nice and tight. There we go, and that's your 2 lark's head knots. Now we're going to do the second of our knots, and that's called the flat square knot, which is like these here, and we're going to do quite a few of these. So to begin with, we need to identify our cords. The 2 outside ones are going to be our working cords, and the 2 inner ones are going to be the filler cords. They're just going to hang there and fill it all out. So to keep the knot nice and flat, we need to alternate which cord we lay over first. I'm going to lay the left one over the filler cords first, take the right one round underneath the left one and round behind the filler cords, and it's going to come out of this loop here. Now this is where the fun begins, because we've got to pull that whole 10 metre, well, half a 10 metre length through. Obviously it'll get easier the further down you get, because they'll get shorter. Keep pulling, it's good for your arms. There we go, so it's pulled all the way through. Then we want to work its way up and pull it up nice and tight, like that at the top. So we're going to alternate. We're going to take the right one and cross it over in front of the filler cords, and the left one will go underneath and round behind the filler cords and out through the loop on the opposite side. Again, you want to pull that all the way through, like so, and work its way up, pull it nice and in tightly underneath the first one, and that's the first of our flat square knots. And we're going to continue like that, alternating which side we lay over for 90 centimetres, about 90 centimetres. So that was the left one in front, the right one was round behind and out through the loop, pulling it up nice and tight. And then the right one in front of the filler cords, the left one underneath, round and behind, out to the loop on the opposite side, pulling it all the way through and making it nicely sit snug underneath the first one. And then, like I say, we're going to continue for 90 centimetres. Right, so we've done lots of flat square knots now, and that measures about 90 centimetres, and that took me about 25 minutes, half an hour, and it was about 120-130 flat square knots, and that's a good half of your strap done. So I've taken the spare cords off the loop where we started, and I've tied it around my strap just near the end of where we were knotting and reattached it to my hook just to make it easier to work again. Now for this little bit we're going to swap our working cords and our filler cords over to continue on down the rest of our strap. So all we're going to do is take our original working cords and push them into the middle, taking our filler cords out to the sides. So now these are our working cords, these are our filler cords and these are our working cords, and we're going to continue down our strap till it measures again about 90 centimetres, but ideally you want to leave 7 or 8 centimetres at the end of your cords. And we're going to go in the same order, left over right over the filler cords, and the right one round and behind the filler cords and out through the loop on the left, pulling them all the way through like before. And you'll be quite used to doing your flat square knots now. So pulling it up nice and tight, and this bit will look slightly different because we've swapped our cords over, and now we're going to lay the right one in front, left one round and behind, pulling all the way through, and we're going to continue on down our strap. So you've carried on knotting down the length of your strap, and you'll notice that your ends are different lengths. You want to carry on knotting till your shorter ones are about 7 or 8 centimetres long, and then we're going to trim them all off to that shorter length. There we go, like so. And I'm going to hang my strap back up there, because we're working on this end now, and we're going to take the second of our hoops and thread it on to the strap. Just poke the ends through like that and pull it up about 20 centimetres from the knotted end, and then we're going to fold these loose ends up and we're going to pass it up inside the hoop like so, and just lay them all out smoothly and fold them down so the ends of them are roughly level with where we stopped knotting. Like so. So now we're going to do a wrap knot to secure these ends, like this one here. So we're going to lay our ends down level, or as level as you can, with the top of your last knot, and hold them in one hand. And then you're going to take your last length of cord for this strap, and it's the 55, one of the 55 centimetre ones. That one you're going to lay pointing upwards, the opposite way to your finished ends there. So you want about 5 centimetres sticking up, and then you're going to form a loop at the bottom. Fold it back up, and that wants to be about 5 centimetres long as well. Then holding all of that in one hand, you're going to take this long end and wrap it around. You have to go through where your strap is here, pass your hand through there, so you wrap that long end around all of those ends and the back of the strap that you're holding in your one hand. It was my left hand, but you might be find it easier to do it with your other hand. And then you want to keep doing that, wrapping it round, holding it nice and tight so you don't let go of any of the ends, passing it all the way round, you can see, covering the ends and the loop here as you go. So that's gone round twice, so I'm probably going to go round hopefully 5 times, 3, and to make it nice and neat, covering the ends. 4, can I get one? Another time round. Yes, 5. We might even get one more time round. 6. There we go. You want enough to be able to poke through the loop at the bottom. So we're going to poke that through that loop there and pull it down. Pull it down, and then the top end that we left sticking up, we're going to then pull that. As you see, the loop and the other long end is disappearing, and they want to disappear up inside of this wrap. So again, we pull it nice and tight. At this point, once the loop's got up to the bottom, we can snip this end off a bit shorter, leave about a centimetre, and then again we're going to pull that end, sorry I'm covering it, up, and it wants to disappear up inside of that wrap. Give it a good tug. There we go. And then we can just snip off the ends at the bottom there and the top, tidy it up, and then very carefully we can take the ends of our sharp scissors and just poke the ends in to neaten it up. And there we go. That's your wrap knot, just to secure the ends off. Now we're going to make your tassel decoration for your yoga mat strap. So we need our 8 24 centimetre length cords, and we lay them out flat on the table, roughly lined up. We're going to take our 60 centimetre length cord now and lay it next to it with about 2 centimetres sticking up one end and the long end in the other direction. Then we're going to try and gather them all together in our hand. So again, you've got 2 centimetres proud one end, and the longer end we want to wrap that around roughly the centre of the other cords. And then if you can, lay that back down on the table. And basically we're going to tie just a normal knot around the centre of those cords to keep them all together. So if we can use the longer end, just knot it through. Again, it's just a loose knot that we're pulling through like that, and then just pull it tighter just to gather them all together. Next, we're going to pick the whole bundle up again and turn it over so that when we fold the cords down, it kind of covers the knot that we just created. Then the longer end, we're going to loop it up, flip it over, round, leaving the loop there, and line the end of it up with the rest of the cords ends that you got in your hand. That's going to create the hanging loop. Now this is where you want to grab, you keep them all in your hand like that, grab your last cord, which was cut at 55 centimeters, and we're going to perform one of those wrap knots that we did at the end of our strap. So if you can remember, we laid the cord with the end sticking up away from the other end of the cord, about 5 centimeters proud. Create a loop going down the other way of about 6 centimeters. Keeping it all gathered in your hand, wrap the longer end all the way around your cords, down a bit in the hand, sorry. Covering the loop and the ends as you go. So again, you want to hold it and pull it all quite tightly, because this keeps it all together. Wrapping and covering as we go. That's 3. Again, we want about 4 or 5 times round your bundle. There we go. And then you want to poke your end, the bottom end, through that loop. Hold on to it, and then grab hold of the top end and pull it up so that it disappears inside the bundle. There we go. It's disappearing inside the bundle. Tugging it. There we go, it's gone. And then we can just snip off any excess. Snip that one off. Again, using the sharp end carefully of your scissors, you can poke it down just to neaten it up. Again, I'll just poke that one there to neaten it up. There we go, and that's it wrapped. So we've done our wrap knot now, just to secure all the cords together, and that's formed the tassel. So next, I like to just pull the ends slightly, just to even up the top bit here, make sure that it's all as tight as it can be, like that. And then you might want to just trim the end. You might want to make it really straight. You might want a varied length of your tassel. I'm just going to trim 1 or 2 off here and have a slightly varied look to my tassel on this one, I think. There we go. So the next thing to do is to take your bead, and we're going to thread that onto this looped end of the hanging cord. There we go, just pull it through, pull it down to the top of your tassel, and then we can secure it to your ring on your strap. So if we take the ring, hold the strap out of the way, and then the folded end we're going to poke up through your ring and take the whole tassel and pass that through the folded loop and just pull it down, and then that's like your lark's head knot, and that's secured to your ring. So the first time you use your yoga mat strap, you need to create a loop to put your mat in. So fold your strap, pass it through your wooden ring, like so, and then you need to pull this folded bit all the way through the ring. There we go, and then you've got a loop to put your mat through. So we're going to pass the end of our mat through the strap, then, hey presto, there's your finished yoga mat strap. I really hope you enjoyed making your yoga mat strap. We've got other kits and supplies available from Rondos Creations. We'd love to see your finished strap. You can share your photos with us on Instagram, Facebook and Pinterest. Subscribe to keep up to date with our latest Rondos Creations videos. Enjoy creating!